Over the past 6 months, our community and development team have collaborated to put together the sailing skill, and soon it'll be time to decide, should sailing come to old school RuneScape? Greetings, adventurer, and welcome to the ultimate summary blog for the sailing skill. I'm your host Gnome, and today we'll be painting the grand picture of what sailing looks like. Previously, we covered all 4 parts of the sailing developer blog in video, infographic, and text forms, so this video is merely a brief summary of all the work done before. If you're looking for more depth, please check out the links in the description. But without further ado, let's begin. Sailing is a utility skill about mastering your talents with the wind and sail to experience the many unexplored aspects of Gielinor. It's built to adhere to the old school definition of skill while providing unique, fresh content. Be as relaxing to approach as any current skill, but present variety, complexity, and challenge for those looking for more. Integrate naturally into the current world while offering new areas to explore. Present a reward system that utilizes old and new resources that feed back and provide value to your other skills. And take advantage of being a skill on its own by offering a deeply engaging and enjoyable progression scheme. So how does it all work? As described in the navigation blog, you can acquire a boat however you choose, whether through purchasing, building, stealing, or completing the introductory quest maiden voyage. While sailing, you exist in the same, non-instance world as all other players, just on the water instead of land. Ships are unique entities that move by regular point-and-click mechanisms with a speed and turning radius dependent on the wind and size of the ship. Boats can be either small, which are suited for shallows, large for open waters, or colossal vessels for deep waters. The old school team's done some incredible technical work to ensure that being on and using your ship feels natural and fluid. You'll be able to walk about on your vessel while it's moving, and even bring along other players and NPC crewmates. You can also see and fully interact with other players, NPCs, and ships around you, whether it's to chat with others, blast monsters with cannons, or light a comfy campfire. In the gameplay blog, we walk through all the activities under the umbrella of sailing, each of them serving a different audience, so that any player, whether beginner or expert, either AFK or smashing their keyboard, will find some aspect of the skill to enjoy. At its heart, sailing is about using your ship's facilities. Following the pattern of other skills, sailing's basic core action is simply left-clicking to trim your sails whenever the wind changes. But that's merely the beginning. Like other skills, there's so much more to do than just mine rock, chop tree, or attack goblin. The old school team categorizes these other activities into primary, secondary, and tertiary gameplay. Primary gameplay includes activities that are one step away from the core activity, involving just sailing alone and no other skills. They will all be available on the skills release, including charting the sea to explore and document various points of interest, shipwreck salvaging to recover treasure from the sea floor, port tasks, or performing courier, protective, and investigative errands for a portmaster, barracuda trials, or intense, high-speed tests of your navigational skills designed by the thrill-seeking barracudas, and naval combat, which involves using the weapon facilities on your ship, like cannons and ballistae, to battle pirates, monsters, and deadly sea legends. Secondary activities are those which mix sailing with other skills, like how driftnet fishing blends fishing with hunter. These will be pulled individually from the larger skill, with only a couple of them likely making it for launch day. They include sea monster hunting, which combines sailing, slayer, and hunter to track down elusive sea monsters. Coral farming, mixing farming and sailing to cultivate rare corals. Deep sea trawling, which integrates sailing with fishing to catch exotic fishes. And mineral dredging, blending and mining to recover precious minerals from the sea floor. Finally, tertiary includes activities where sailing is only a small part of a much greater whole. As these projects are quite large, as a general rule of thumb, they won't be present on release, but are here to showcase the possible future of sailing if players are interested, like ship PvP, where you and potentially some friends battle against other players in a designated PvP zone. Treasure hunting, a new ocean-based clue scroll system separate from our current one. Aquariums, a place to present your new exotic coral and catches. An ocean raid, where you and your team battle against a series of aquatic challenges. And expeditions, where you explore and tackle instanced, procedurally generated islands and seas. Now that you know what it's like to train sailing, let's turn to the rewards blog, which details what you get from engaging with the skill. Part of sailing's reward focus will be on enhancing your boat through ship upgrades and facilities. Upgrades include linear improvements to the ship's hull to increase its health and durability, to the sails to luff less often and increase your speed, and to the rudder for narrowing your turning angle. Facilities are the tools of sailing, similar to nets, rods, and harpoons for fishing, and can be built on your ship with the right skills, like furniture in a player-owned house. Larger ships are able to hold more of them, and can therefore be customized to tackle a wider array of environments and activities. Facilities are divided into 3 types. Skilling facilities, like a salvaging crane for shipwrecks, a harpoon for sea monster hunts, and a weighted net for mineral dredging. Utility facilities include a range for cooking, a cargo hold for storing extra loot, and a lantern for better visibility in fog or handling special sea creatures. And combat facilities, like rams, ballistae, and cannons. Further customization can be found with ship cosmetics for those fashionscapers out there. The sail, for example, could be modified to fly your plan's colors or to show off your greatest achievements. While the skill will help sink plenty of current resources through building and improving your vessel, it will also feature a host of new resources, like larch, cedar, and rosewood for your hull, mast, and facilities, hemp and cotton for the sails, lead and cobalt for cannons and dredge nets, agate, garnet, and aquamarine for new jewelry, haddock, blue tang, and sunfish as food or bait, and elkhorn, pillar, and double coral for potions, armor, and ammunition. These resources can be found both through sailing activities and by using your gathering skills on points of interest you've discovered, which includes any feature accessible by sea, whether it's a massive shipwreck, a deadly sea pass, or a new explorable island. One example island is the Great Conch, which you can access after helping with a special port task that involves rescuing a Tortuga named Flupa, one of the island's inhabitants. You'll find some of the new resources there, a new Griffin Slayer monster, and the opportunity to learn a new fletching technique from Flupa's village. But this is just one example of what a new point of interest could look like. The team will continue to explore what new features and activities will be available on release, and pull them individually to get your say. Finally, the Lore and Integration blog covers how sailing will be adapted into the world of Gielinor, and how current systems can accommodate the new skill. Let's start with the many ports around the game world, which are the gateways between our current landmass and the new explorable oceans. Ports are where you set sail, store your boat, buy, build, or steal ships, upgrade and customize your vessel, trade goods with local vendors, pick up port tasks, and manage your crew. Speaking of your crew, if sailing a large or colossal vessel, you can recruit crewmates to help man your ship. They can be other players or a mix of new and pre-existing NPCs, like Vanica, Elena, or Evil Dave. Based on your feedback, Iron Men will also be able to enjoy multiplayer sailing with some reasonable degree of restriction, like being unable to skip level or item requirements to access new areas and activities simply because your friend already has them. Now, several current quests involve the sea in some manner, so they'll all be given a bonus sailing XP lamp as a reward, but no extra sailing requirement. A few of them, like Bon Voyage and Cabin Fever, will also be adapted to use the new skills mechanics, and certain quest-locked areas, like Crandor Ape Atoll, will be given special treatment to ensure you can't land there before their respective quests are complete, whether it's because there's no port to access the land by, or due to their local inhabitants gently shooing you away. Finally, while on the seas, you may chance upon a sea legend, creatures of myth like the Sharhai, the Dark Dame, or Rokar the Thunderbird, who may be found during a sea monster hunt, quest, or just wandering the sea, preying upon unsuspecting victims. And there we have our brief summary of the sailing skill. For more information, please check out the 4 individual blogs. The next step, if sailing passes the lock-in poll, will be for the team to produce a beta to ensure the project matches your vision of what this skill should be. There's also plenty of details to work out in the meantime, like the skill cape and icon, which secondary activities should come at launch, or what each of the new islands will contain, and how many there will be on release. But this is all dependent on you, the players. When the poll goes live, it'll be your vote that determines whether we should receive the sailing skill. The future of Old School is in your hands.